going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here at Wall Street PR. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the entire market as a whole. I'm going to be covering the main indexes, some hot trending stocks, as well as the main blue chip stocks as well. This video is a little bit different from normal. I am discussing, like I said, just kind of the broader market as a whole. I'm going to be discussing some of the recent news going on in the world affecting the stock market, and then to end things off with some price targets and analysis on these different companies. But to start things off over here, you can see this is from CNBC. This is titled, "Biden says America will ban Russian oil, and the U.S. says up to 4,000 of Putin's soldiers have already been killed in the battle with Ukraine." And then lastly over here, you can see a death cross for the S&P 500 is nearing as inflation fears. Russia's Ukraine offensive rattles stock market investors. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of bad things going on. Inflation's really high. As you guys have probably seen, gas prices are soaring to new highs as well. And then obviously you have this Russian invasion of Ukraine. So there's a lot of bad things going on, but you can obviously see that reflected over here in the stock market with the S&P 500, the SPY, the overall index of all the Fortune 500 companies is down from its all-time high of $479.98, currently trading at $416.25, and it is pulling back even more, and it is looking potentially for some further downside. But if we zoom out a little bit further, you can see this is kind of just a blip in the overall radar and uptrend of the SPY these past few months and these past few years. But this is where we are going to start off with this video. So personally, guys, I think the current support level to look out for the SPY is 410.50, 410.60. That's a level that they did hit in the past. I do think they may retrace back down to that level in the future as well. I'm going to go ahead and actually draw this one in really quick. You can see if I go ahead and get this vertical line or horizontal line, excuse me, right there, there's another level 410, and then there's one right here at $410 per share. And I do think that is the most likely scenario. I think they do hit 410. They could bounce back off of it and see a move kind of similar to this. So first they pull back to 410. If things do get a little bit better, I could see some investors buying in and see a bounce like that back up to 425. And if we do stay in this overall bullish trend, bullish market, we could see a sustained move all the way back up to 450 beyond, kind of similar to these dips we've seen in the past where they dip down. It's kind of stagnant. People are hesitant for a while, and then we bounce back up. Obviously, times are different now, but I do expect a move like that in the future. Next, if we take a look at the tech index, the QQQ, you can see they're currently trading at $323.35, down from this all-time high of $408.71. I expect a very similar move with them that I do with the SPY. Obviously, they kind of follow each other because they are a broad market index. I do expect a bounce off of that level that I just drew in down here at about $320 per share. If they do bounce off of that, I could see a move like this, a slower sustained move back up to eventually $335 and $340 per share. That's my short-term or medium-term price target on the QQQ. Next, I'm going to talk about Alibaba, the Chinese e-commerce stock. If I zoom out, you can see they have been in a constant downtrend for a very, very long time. They're currently trading at $95.57, and they did hit an all-time high of $319.32. Since then, there was some bad news going on with Chinese stocks. There was a lot of people hesitant to even invest in Chinese stocks. Alibaba also had some of their own issues. Their CEO did kind of get into some trouble or some legal issues, I guess, with the Chinese government as well. But personally, guys, I think they're too low. I think under $100 is an absolute steal of a price. So I am a buyer at these levels. I think they're a great price right here, and I do think they will see a slower recovery than some of these other main blue chip stocks. But nonetheless, I do think they will have a slow, steady uptrend all the way back up to about $140 per share. That's my midterm price target on Alibaba. Next, over here with PayPal, ticker symbol PYPL, you can see a huge downtrend from the all-time high of $310.16 to the current price of $94.90. If we zoom in a little bit further, you can see somewhat of a double bottom pattern forming where they have one support level, they go back up, another support level right here, and then you do want to see this double bottom does play out, a move and a bounce like this all the way back up. Obviously not that dramatic, but you guys get the idea. A nice solid bounce, a relief bounce back up to about $125 per share. That's going to be my first midterm price target on PayPal Holdings. Next over here, this is with Microsoft. If I zoom out a little bit further, you can see they are down from their high of $349.67 per share, currently trading at $275.85. Now, this one is looking a little bit more risky or dangerous because you can see they did have the support level that they hit in the past. They went ahead and drew in right there. And this is at about $275, $276 per share. This is a support level they've hit and bounced off of multiple times, as you can see here in the past. But if they do break below this, which they very well could, I could see a further pullback all the way down to about $245, $250 per share. I'm not the biggest bull on Microsoft at this current price, but obviously they could hold this support line and also see a move like this. It obviously kind of just depends on the broader market as a whole. If all these other stocks like Facebook, Apple, these tech stocks do recover, Microsoft will be no exception. They will also follow in that recovery. Next over here, speaking of Apple, we do have Apple pulled up. They're down less than these other big blue chip tech stocks. They're at $157.44, down from their all-time high of $182.94. Kind of a similar thing with them. Their current support level is $156. If they break below that, look out below. They could see about $150 and then break below that, maybe $145. But nonetheless, guys, I think a pullback to $150 is kind of inevitable. They look like they do have a little bit more retracing to do, and I do expect them to do that in the short term. But nonetheless, Apple is one of the best companies you can invest in, and they will be fine in the long term. Next over here is Facebook. I think Facebook is an absolute steal. Ever since their earnings report where they gap down, you can see a huge hole on the chart that is called a gap. They're currently trading at $190.29. They hit a low of $186.11, and their all-time high is up here at $384.33 per share. Obviously, just a severe pullback, a severe downtrend. In my opinion, this is an overreaction. Facebook isn't going anywhere, especially since they are kind of converting into a metaverse-based company. I think they will see a move like this all the way back up to $250 plus in the future, and I think they're a pretty safe buy here under $200 per share. And lastly, to close things out with some of these hot trending stocks, the first one's going to be ticker symbol 9 Energy Services. You can see they hit a low of 79 cents per share, and this wasn't too long ago. This was on January 20th of 2022. You can see following that, as of late, they have shot straight up all the way up to an intraday high today of $8.10. They were up over 200%, and they are going to be up 10.5% as of after hours trading. Obviously, this one could be a runner tomorrow, but be careful because what goes up must come down. They do have a gap on their chart as well, and I do think that this little hole right here will eventually be filled. I think they could see a pullback back down, but they do probably have a little bit more room to run if the volume and hype does stay there tomorrow, maybe to $9.50, $10 per share, but don't get caught chasing this one. And then next, this is Polar Power, ticker symbol POLA. You can see they are kind of in the midst of a breakout. They did hit an intraday high today of about $6.73 before retracing back down to $4.55, which is their current price. They're down 5.2% in after hours, but they do have some volume coming in, as indicated in the background right here, and they could see a further move to the upside in the days to come. So just keep that in mind. If you are playing that momentum, they could see a further move to $6.50 plus again, maybe $7, maybe $8 per share at the high. But once again, don't chase this one, guys, and be safe when you are investing in these speculative plays like this. But overall, guys, that's about it for this video. I hope you guys do like this style of video where I kind of give the entire recap on the market as a whole. But with that said, if you're new here, please do subscribe to my channel, and I appreciate you guys all watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one.